Are you generating online real estate leads but having issues with converting them into conversations, appointments, and even clients? Well, in this video, I'm going to actually break down the 3 main reasons why your conversion rates may be suffering and how you can actually make improvements to increase that and to close more deals from the leads that you're already generating. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the number one reason why your leads aren't converting is actually incorrect expectations and not measuring your numbers. So let me explain this. So a lot of realtors that I find have exaggerated expectations for online leads, and they're not anywhere close to a referral or somebody from your sphere of influence. They don't already have that know, like, and trust factor with you, so that conversion rate is going to be significantly lower. However, your business is going to be way more predictable than just relying on referrals and sphere, because although they're easier to close, they're much less predictable because you don't know where your next one is coming from. So first thing is just having accurate expectations. You should expect to have a 10% conversion rate from lead to conversation, booked appointment, or if you're using an external company like a live transfer. Okay, so that should be your expectation. 10% of leads convert into appointments or conversations. So have that as a benchmark in your statistics and measuring your numbers. Another expectation that you need to be aware of is that most online leads, when they start their process of wanting to buy or sell, typically they're at least 6 to 12 months out. And so if you're expecting to convert these online leads you're generating month 1, month 2, you're going to be disappointed and you're going to quit prematurely. The reality is, statistically, no matter what company you use, no matter what method you use, they're going to be 6 to 12 months out on average. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to get hotter, quicker time frame leads, but that is the average. And so most of the ROI that you earn and get from digital advertising or online leads is going to happen 6 to 12 months later. So if you have that expectation going into any sort of program or lead generation, then you'll be setting yourself up for success. Now, 6 to 12 months may sound like a long time, but just to remind you, the real estate sales cycle is one of the longest sales cycles in the industry. And the good news is also, when you get 6 months down the road, instead of your colleagues and coworkers wondering where their next deal is coming from and struggling, you'll already have built a pipeline 6 to 12 months previously, and you'll have a predictable system in place, so you know actually what you're going to be closing this month, next month, and the next month, instead of hoping and guessing one of your referrals comes through. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so reason number 2 is lead quality. So you need to be measuring your lead quality to see where your leads are coming from. That's really important. Are they coming from, I've heard a lot of companies and agents that, they're getting leads that are 12 months old or recycled. So you need to know exactly where your leads are coming from. Are they coming from social media? Are they coming from Google, YouTube, or your Google My Business page? Measure and know where they're coming from, because that way you can track where your closed deals are coming from and double down on those efforts to grow your business. Next thing is, if you're running campaigns, what do they say? What are they targeting? What types of client are they bringing in? Like, what are the angles of the ads? You need to have absolute clarity on that, so that way, even if you're outsourcing it to another company, you still need to have transparency on that. If you're running the campaigns for yourself, you can make gradual improvements over time and always be testing new angles. Or if you're working with a company, you guys need to communicate together so that you can come up with ideas together with what you're seeing in the market and what you want to be changing your campaigns to. So lastly is, what qualifying questions are being asked? Is it just name, phone number, email? Are they asking them if it's a buyer? Are they asking them their price point, their time frame, how many beds, how many baths, things like that? If it's a seller, are they asking their address? Are they asking their time frame? Are they asking why they're wanting to sell? The more questions that you ask, the more quality leads you're going to produce. But I will say it is a balance. You don't want to ask too many questions to where people get annoyed with having to play 20 questions and then log off of your site completely. So you do want to have a balancing act. You want to be able to ask as few questions as possible while still generating quality leads. And then that also makes the user experience as pleasant as possible. So those are just some things to keep in mind. Maybe you need to add more questions or take away questions to produce more leads. The sweet spot we found is around 4 to 5 questions is usually people are okay with, and it's even better if you have like a multiple choice so they can just click very easily. And then the more detailed questions, we always have our agents have an ISA person do that to get more details over the phone or over text on the back end of the lead coming in. And reason number 3, which is probably my top reason why leads don't convert, is the follow-up and the nurturing process. So what happens on the back end of the lead? Now, some things to consider and some things to measure is, number 1, what is your speed to lead time frame? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 30 minutes? How soon from the lead coming in are you or one of your team members calling them and texting them and reaching out to them? Studies show you're about 100 times less likely to get in contact with a lead if it's 30 minutes from them putting in their information versus the first 5 minutes of them putting information in. The reason is the action they just took is fresh on their mind. They're not forgetting what they did. And odds are, if they're clicking on your stuff, they're clicking on your ads, they're probably clicking on other agents' stuff as well. So the quicker you can get to that opportunity, the higher your conversion rate is going to be. Next thing is, what is the frequency and how many touches are in your follow-up system? Studies show now it takes about 8 to 13 plus touch points to take a person from a lead to an actual client. So 2 calls and 1 text and 1 email doesn't cut it statistically. This is not personal. This is just statistics and facts. And so you need to look at your CRM system, your automations, how many touches are going out, and not just how many, but what are you saying? What are you saying in your calls? What are you saying in your texts? This kind of goes into the sales part of the process. Is what you're saying actually converting? Are they actually responding to your text? Are they responding to your emails? Are they responding to your calls and texting you back if they're not available? So all those things are important to measure and then to make adjustments to improve the response rate. The goal of text and email is not to get them on a call or get them to call back straight away. That's not going to happen, but you do want to get a response. And so just look at what you're saying. Is it converting? Are people responding to it? And how many touches do you have? And making sure it's enough touches to be able to convert on those as well. So take a look at that and look at people in your network. Really reach out to people and see what they're doing to convert leads. We've tested a lot of different texts and emails and ways of interacting with cold leads to nurture them and turn them into warm leads. And we found that video content does this the best. And so if you want to learn more about how we actually double our clients' conversion rate from lead to appointment and conversation and closing, click the link below on this video and you can learn more about how exactly we do this all for our clients, and we take it in-house, take it off their hands so they can really focus on really growing their business in other areas, and we take care of everything else. So if that interests you, click the link below. And if you're a hungry realtor that wants to constantly improve your marketing systems and sales, make sure you subscribe to this channel. We're going to be posting weekly videos just like this one to help you with that process so you can build the business of your dreams. So click that subscribe button and the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one. See you guys.